You set your alarm for 5 a.m., fully intending to get up early and conquer the day. But when it actually rings, your brain begins to negotiate for 5 more minutes. Those 5 minutes easily turn into 2 hours, and you wake up overwhelmed by a familiar sense of guilt. When you find yourself reaching the limit of willpower and smashing the snooze button, you are experiencing the failure of a process that hasn't accounted for early morning biology. We are going to replace that struggle with a predictable mechanical system. By following these steps, you build the specific environmental friction needed to get you out of bed at 4:30 a.m., even on the mornings when your brain is fighting to stay under the covers. To build this system right now, you need 4 specific physical items. Grab a notebook, a pen, an alarm that isn't your phone, and a glass of water. Let's get to work. Step 1 is defining your anchor. Identify the exact high-value activity you are going to execute at 4:30 a.m. It could be working out, reading a book, or progressing on a project. You need a specific reason to pull you out of bed. You also need to pair that activity with an immediate morning reward, like a fresh cup of coffee or a favorite playlist. Without an immediate positive reinforcement, your subconscious mind will continue to view early rising as an unnecessary hardship. Step 2 requires moving our focus to the night before. Your level of morning discipline is a direct result of the physical environment you establish before you go to sleep. 30 minutes before bed, put your phone in another room. Dim your ambient lights, lower the room temperature so it stays cool, and prepare your physical space for sleep. Take out the notebook and pen you gathered earlier. Physically write down your precise morning plan and the reward you chose. Getting these details out of your head and onto paper gives your brain clear direction for the next day. If you are starting this routine on a night when you've gone to sleep late, execute the plan anyway. The body begins to adapt to a new sleep schedule within 2 to 3 days. That discomfort is the price of recalibrating your internal clock. By preparing your environment and committing your plan to paper, you remove the need for a 4:30 a.m. negotiation. You are simply executing the instructions you left for yourself the night before. Step 3 is the smart alarm strategy. Keeping your phone or alarm right next to your bed makes failure the path of least resistance. When the shutoff button is within arm's reach, you will likely return to sleep before you are even fully conscious. You have to physically separate the alarm from your bed. Place it across the room so that you are forced to stand up and walk to turn it off. This forced movement is the first step in breaking your sleep cycle. Change the digital label on your alarm so it matches your anchor goal from step 1. Use that text to remind yourself exactly why you chose to get up. Step 4 is the 10-minute energy protocol. You initiate this protocol the exact moment you reach your alarm clock across the room. Opening social media or email immediately fragments your focus and allows other people's priorities to dictate your day. This visual equation maps the biological formula to clear sleep fog. The first variable is hydration. Drink that water. Add light exposure to trigger wakefulness. Turn on a lamp. Finally, add forced physical movement like jumping jacks to increase your heart rate. Combining the physical distance of your alarm clock with hydration, light, and movement creates the biological momentum necessary to stay awake. Step 5 covers maintenance. Human error is part of the process. At some point, you will sleep through an alarm or ignore the protocol, and you will likely feel the urge to give up. On this 25-day tracker, a single failure often triggers a cycle where you abandon the system entirely because the streak broke. To prevent collapse, follow the never miss twice rule. Acknowledge the missed morning and execute correctly the next day. Recovering immediately after a mistake is what builds long-term consistency. It is the most important test of the system you've built. Repeating this cycle for 20 to 25 days allows these actions to become automatic, reducing the effort required to get started each morning. By planning for failure and having a recovery protocol ready, you ensure the routine remains a permanent part of your life. Your system is now supported by 3 pillars: a pre-planned night routine, a fail-safe alarm strategy, and a 10-minute energy protocol. These early hours provide a window of uninterrupted focus that is impossible to find once the rest of the world wakes up. Starting at 4:30 a.m. replaces the chaotic, reactive rush of a late morning with a period of steady progress. Commit to this process right now. Comment "Tomorrow 4:30 a.m. Club" below, and share this video with a friend who is currently struggling to get their mornings under control. Lasting change comes from the daily execution of an engineered system. Motivation might get you to set the alarm once, but the system is what gets you out of bed every morning. We'll see you tomorrow at 4:30.